if you're into fragrances that smell like they were designed by a committee trying to appeal to everyone and ended up appealing to no one in particular, this might be your jam. This juice is for people who enjoy fruity florals and anyone who works in a public restroom and wants to match the ambiance. This is officially my first video of 2026. Technically, it's not because I posted already in 2026, but that was pre-recorded. This is the first time I'm actually filming in the new year. And I wish I could have filmed and posted earlier because I know I've been a little MIA for like the past week or so. I like to upload at least 2 times a week, but I got the flu for New Year's. So I was bedridden for like a week straight. The flu was no joke this year. I know it's going around. Probably a lot of you had it or have it. I'm wishing you a recovery as soon as possible because yeah, it was tough. But I'm so happy to be back. I have so many videos planned this year, but I thought I would start off with just some classic videos. And today I'm starting off with a new perfume release. This just dropped. I had so many of you reaching out to me asking if I was gonna review this. And of course I had to because I love my Alien. This is the new Alien Pulp by Mugler. There's a little bit of a rant that I'm going to go on when it comes to this perfume and the perfumes that they've been releasing in general recently. I've said this before and I know a lot of you guys know too, but they've signed over to L'Oreal and ever since they're just not giving quality. They're not giving Mugler quality anyway. The appeal of Mugler was always their originality, their uniqueness. Sure, they didn't appeal to everybody, but that wasn't the point of these perfumes. Their perfumes were supposed to just be super unique from the look of their bottles to the way that they smelled. They were polarizing. They were meant to be polarizing. And in this day and age where every new perfume release is starting to smell exactly the same and it's just getting boring, they were actually one of the ones that had originality, but I'm really sad to say that they don't anymore. They didn't ever since they brought out the Goddess line, which I know a lot of people loved it, but I think the reason why people loved it is because it was so basic, so it was easy to like. But I think Alien Goddess was a huge disappointment for all of the OG Alien lovers like me. I've loved Alien for as long as I can remember. I grew up on this scent. It's a really nostalgic scent to me. I still have a bottle of it in my collection and I will never let go of it because truly there is no scent like Alien. But since Alien, the OG, and since signing over to L'Oreal, they've been coming out with all these flankers that have they've completely stripped the DNA of Alien. And I know in a flanker, you do want something different to the original because you're paying money for something to not be exactly the same. But going into purchasing a flanker, you want a little bit of that OG DNA to be in there. And with past releases of their flankers, they've completely just stripped the Alien DNA and just put something really mainstream in the sense, which to me is just like, okay, you've basically sold out. Anyways, those are my opinions. I'm sorry if I'm being harsh. That's my opinion. That's my opinion! With that said, let me tell you what my thoughts are on this new flanker. First of all, I was really excited about this one. The Alien Pulp name kind of sounded intriguing to me. I really like fruity scents. Specifically, I love raspberry, and this is all, or it's supposed to be, all about a raspberry note. Here is what the bottle looks like. I got the 1 fluid ounce because this was a blind buy, and although I did have high hopes for it, I think I knew what I was doing when I got the 1 fluid ounce because I think maybe deep down I kind of sensed that this would not be the most amazing thing, and I feel like I'm giving away my thoughts on this pretty soon, but I really I can't hold it any much longer. So let me get into the notes for Alien Pulp first. It says top notes of raspberry, lemon peel, middle notes of jasmine, sweet orange, green mandarin, and base notes of vanillin, musk, and cashmere. Now, this is supposed to be all about this raspberry note, but tell me why I do not get raspberry in this at all. I do get the original Alien DNA in here, so that's a bonus, but I'm getting a more white floral, intense, almost aldehydic kind of version of the OG Alien. It's not at all what I thought this was gonna be. I'm not getting a raspberry Alien. I'm getting a more intensely white floral Alien, leaning on that sort of dated sort of smell. It doesn't really have any youthfulness to it. I don't know. I go back and forth. In the initial opening anyway, it is just like pure white florals to me. Obviously jasmine included, but mixed with some other more older type of smelling florals, and that's weird to me because in the opening is where that raspberry is, so I was expecting to just get hit with a burst of that juicy sweet berry. This is not a sweet scent at all. I thought they were taking Alien and maybe just richening it with that deep raspberry. That's at least what I was hoping, but in here I'm just not really even getting raspberry. If anything, this is more tart and sour. It's not sweeter. I went into this thinking it was going to be sweeter. Maybe that was wrong on my part. Maybe I should have, I don't know, not thought that, but that's at least what I went into thinking this was going to be. I thought this was going to be a sweet, raspberry, delicious, juicy version of OG Alien mixed with those OG Alien touches, and in my mind that was amazing, but that's not really what I'm getting in here. I'm just getting a more white floral, more sour, tart, lemony sort of version of the OG Alien, and I just don't care for that because I love the way the original Alien is done, and I would have loved this if they had kept the original Alien DNA but with that sweet, juicy, deep, rich raspberry take, not a more lemony, sour, and more white floral version of Alien. That's not my vibe, and I feel like it's kind of misleading in my opinion. It's giving pink girly vibes, but the scent is just not translating it. Obviously, this is all my opinion. I'm so curious to know everybody's thoughts on this because I saw a couple reviews and people were saying that it was raspberry, so that's why I kind of was like, okay, I'm gonna go and purchase this, but I'm not getting that. So let me know if any of you are agreeing with me or if you're just like, you're crazy, I totally smell the raspberry. Maybe that's just me, I don't know. Apparently people are comparing this to Angel Nova, which I totally get that part because I am getting the tartness of that scent, but that scent again had raspberry, and I think in that scent I did smell the raspberry more. In here, I'm not getting it. In these videos, I always like to look at the comments on Fragrantica. And I'm gonna read you guys this one comment because I totally agree with it. It says, if you're into fragrances that smell like they were designed by a committee trying to appeal to everyone and ended up appealing to no one in particular, this might be your jam. This juice is for people who enjoy fruity florals, Mugler completists, etc., and anyone who works in a public restroom and wants to match the ambiance. Round of applause for Frag Pixie Photography because I totally would have it to agree. This was a huge letdown, huge major disappointment. I'm at a point now where if they ever come out with another flanker, I'm just not gonna even bother to even smell a tester because I feel like I'm just gonna write off any flanker from Mugler from now on. They're not what they were, and that's that. I don't want to like get too harsh in this video, so I'm gonna leave it at that, but let me know your comments on this one. I am so curious to know what you guys are thinking about this. Do you love it? And if you do love it, that's great. I wish I loved it. I went into this with so much hope to get that juicy sweet raspberry, and if you also are going into this and the pinkness and all of that thinking, oh, I'm gonna go get a sweeter raspberry version, berry, juicy, rich version of Alien, I'm here to tell you, you're probably gonna be disappointed like me because yeah, this is just giving sour, tangy, screechy Alien, like a just more undesirable version of Alien, to be honest. Plus a lot more white florals and plus smelling a little bit dated. Just a bunch of things I don't like. This is gonna be going back. I'm so sad because I had such high hopes for this. Out of all the new perfume releases, I think this is the one that I was the most excited about, and it has been the biggest letdown. So we're not starting off the year too good with the fragrance releases, but I'm holding out hope for better ones to come. Hopefully. That is it for me today. Please let me know your thoughts on this and let's get a discussion going in the comments. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and turn post notifications on, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.